Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics. This is the Arsenault's Andrew speaking. It is Friday night. This is the Nerd Den, and we are live. Welcome back, everybody. How the heck are you?
Good. How are you doing, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. Avery, I know you're excited to be here, right?
Not really.
With him, it's always opposite day. You know, everything he
Yeah.
says, just think the opposite. That's how he really feels. How you doing, Todd?
Good. I have a wiggly dog in my lap.
Yes, I see that.
you
They're
can't-
all wiggly. What's he doing?
He's giving me a butthead.
Yeah.
He's just, I don't know. He's bored right now. So he's just been like all day. He's just been like trying to get attention. All right. You're bothering me. Go away. Oh, you want back up here? No, you can't come back up here. He just, oh God.
He's trained.
What are you trying?
He's trained
no,
Todd.
No. That's Daddy's. You can't have that ball.
He's trained Todd to.
He sees
up,
he
put him
sees
down.
this
Yeah, sure.
and he wants it. Stupid animal.
You know, I'll be honest with you, Todd. My vet told
Mhm.
us not to use tennis balls with Charlie
Yeah.
because dirt gets into the fibers of the tennis balls and it turns the balls into sandpaper.
Mm.
And every time they bite it and grab it, because he was an avid ball player, it would wear down his teeth over time.
Yeah.
And
Well, this
so
is
we-
for
we
me.
switched. Well, yeah, okay. I'm just saying, if you're gonna play with the dog, don't use tennis balls.
No, I
we
wasn't.
switched
It
to
was
racket balls.
It
at
was
one
on my. It was on just on my desk, and he's like, "That's why he wants to be on my desk," and he's waiting for me to. Hold on, please. I'll be right back. I'm gonna move the dog outside of this room. He's dying. He thinks I'm gonna throw him the ball. So hold on.
You should. You should.
I'll pretend to, and when he runs away, I'll close the door.
There you go.
Hey, fuck that dog.
That's right. That's right.
Mm.
Oh, so how you doing, man? What is this? Free and single, Mary Jane Watson gets her friendly neighborhood comic. So they're giving her a new comic series? Is that what that is?
I don't
Okay.
know. They're not done butchering that character. It's
Yeah, they've kind of completely.
they've butchered most of their characters over the last 10, 15 years.
We
Yeah.
Just absolutely murdered them.
we talk about murder. We have a lot to talk about tonight.
Oh,
Oh yeah?
Well,
who was murdered?
Marvel.
No, well, I honestly, I don't. You know what's so funny? The comic book store.
It is funny.
The comic book store that I go to, they have like six large racks of comics. The first two are Marvel, the middle two are independent, and the last two are DC. I always start at the Marvel because I never find anything there. I always go and look just to see what came out, but then I keep going. In the independent stuff, I'm always looking for new series I want to give a shot to, give it a try. And then when I go to DC, there's a couple of books that I'm following, and then that's it. If there's nothing that jumps out at me, I'm not going to pick up anything. So today I went to the store for this week and I picked up Avery. He didn't just jump because I was talking about comics.
No, I think he must have had a computer problem.
I only picked up two books. The first one, of course, was Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 22.
Okay.
After 22 issues, I am still enjoying this series. This one and Absolute Batman have been great.
Okay.
So I picked that up. I haven't had a chance to read it because, like I said, I got it today. And the new one I picked up was one that I think it was around Heroes Con. They had started to promote it as Kirkman's next big thing.
Okay.
And it's this comic called Terminal. I don't know anything about it other than the art is by Andy Kubert. One of the alternate covers was Art Adams, and since they had dozens and dozens of every cover, I picked up the one I liked, which was the Art Adams one.
It's who drew it?
Andy Kubert did the interior art.
And it's a
I'm not sure. It may be a Skybound book.
You said it was Kirkman, right?
Yeah, it's
Well,
Kirkman.
it's definitely Skybound. Does
Well,
it have
it's
the Skybound
Skybound.
logo?
But yeah, but I don't know if it's. I don't think it's part of the Energon universe, meaning GI Joe and Transformers. I think it's completely separate, but I haven't read it yet, so I don't know for sure. But it's superheroes, so we'll see. I mean, Andy Kubert.
That looks pretty good.
But I'm so far just flipping through it. I haven't actually sat down and read it yet. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I got to read it first. We'll go from there. But I mean, all the advertisements in the background. Well, I guess because it's Skybound, it's got like Void Rivals and GI Joe advertisements. But then again, it also has an advertisement for Skinbreaker, which is not Energon Universe, and neither is Invincible. But so we'll see. We'll see. But they had made a big deal about it, or they were making a big deal about it. And honestly, I didn't even realize it came out. So I'm not sure if there was a big push for it or something, or I missed the big push. But they had, dozen of every cover on the shelf. So we'll see. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that Wonder Woman looked pretty good. I have, man, we got so much to talk about because like I was in on my trip and I ended up going into Chicago and picked up. I actually went to a comic shop for the first time in a while and it was awesome. And I also learned some I saw some things that made me think like, oh yeah, this is kind of over.
Okay, well,
Good.
Wow.
Tell us your story.
What
was the comic book store you went into?
So I went to a comic shop called Graham Cracker Comics, and it was awesome.
Okay.
It was awesome. It was pretty much like a normal comic shop, but it was like in the heart of like downtown, right?
Yeah.
So what was really cool about it was you walk in and it's got a little kid section on the side, and then it's got the current subscription, monthly books, right? And in the back they had a small toy area, and then on the right side in the back they had tons of back issues. Two large rows, enough, right? And
Sure.
then the wall all the way forward were graphic novels. So it had like a really good, and they also had like small cases with like really good comics for sale. Like it was a legitimate comic shop. It was really good. And I ended up picking up a couple things. I'll show you. And then I'll show you what the kids came up with, and I'll show you some of my thoughts.
Oh, Doc's here. Let me bring him in.
Yeah.
Can't hear anything. Hi guys.
Hey, Doc.
Hey,
Yeah.
man.
Bluetooth, 1 second.
So I'll show you what I picked up here. Yeah. So I was like, if I'm in a comic shop, like I'm going to find things to buy. It's just always going to happen. So I bought Lobo #1,
Okay.
right? Lobo #2.
Okay.
Lobo #3. This is the only cover I could find. I would much rather have the regular cover, but the Corona cover, but this is all I could find. And it's
Yeah,
not bad.
they got to charge you an extra $1 for that.
Is that an extra $1? Really?
Yep.
Gosh, marry him, why don't you, Lobo?
You're
Oh,
not-
that's
you're
Avery's
not wrong.
dream. Never mind.
This is. I didn't even notice it, Andrew. This is $1 more.
Yeah, the alternate covers are cardstock covers, and they add it instead of being $3.99, they're $4.99.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Lobo #4.
Yep.
I've got all 4 Lobos that are out. I don't know if the fifth one has come out yet.
Yes, it has.
It has. Shit. Now I got.
Yeah, I just picked it up for Avery, and he told me I can stop picking it up.
Well, would you? Let me see it. Let me see the cover.
See him riding on the bike.
Oh yeah. Do I have to go pick it up? Or
That's
are you gonna,
good. That's pretty cool looking.
Do I have to pick it up, or are you gonna save it for me?
Avery, do you want it, or do you want me to give it to Todd?
Who did the art?
I believe it's all the Corona guy.
Yeah, I want it. I just want the first few issues.
Well, I
That
already
guy's
gave
art's-
you 1 through 4, so
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't care.
I'll be honest with you. This is what is killing me on this title. Look at all those word balloons.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you really just want to look at the pretty pictures, it's fine. But if you want to read this, oh my God, the word balloons.
Drew only likes books with pictures only.
No, I'm just saying. Some people, you know.
He just got off of One Fish.
Lobo doesn't seem like the
Fish.
kind of book that should be kind of wordy.
No, I know. I agree. I know what he's getting at for sure.
You know what's so funny is I actually had somebody trade in a collection of Lobo comics, including like his regular run that he had. It's like 70 issues or more, and somebody was asking me if there were any key issues in that entire run, and there's not a single one. There was no nemesis that was created for Lobo. There was none of that. It was just all, each issue was just him doing something silly or stupid.
I know a nemesis for Lobo. It's called the Supergirl movie.
Actually, the Supergirl movie was better because of him.
It was better, but still, it's just like, you know how Jack Black just plays Jack Black? And Jason Momoa played an outsized version of himself in the Minecraft movie, and that bled through a little too much.
Did you see the Supergirl movie?
Yeah, I did. I just watched it the other day.
Did you, when you left it, did you say, I now need a Lobo movie?
Oh yeah.
No.
Sure.
Oh,
No,
I came out of that wanting a Lobo movie.
I didn't, because I felt like it was too much Jason Momoa than it was Lobo. There was a couple times where I felt like this is the character, but a lot of it was just I felt a little too much like Jason Momoa. Maybe that's his persona, I guess. But I mean, it was okay. The movie was all right.
Doc.
Yeah.
Really important question.
Yeah.
Did you cut your hair?
No, it's just my little.
Oh, thank God!
What you
I thought the world was
down
gonna
there. No, no. I just watched He-Man today too. But the Supergirl movie, it was okay. Look, the Superwoman from the Flash movie was a much more badass. Like, you know, that was legit. They underpowered her. They had to underpower her the entire movie for this Supergirl thing.
Yeah,
I don't think it was terrible, but you know,
they said from the very beginning they were going with a different direction, different type of character, and I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it.
I'm not saying it's bad. I understand why people would say, "Oh, you made her seem really weak." Well, you had to, because you can't just come out with her, because obviously she's not on Earth. She's got to be doing something else, right? And you already know the origin story, even though they redid it there a little bit. But it's like you got to kind of give her something to level up to. Whereas like the Flash is just alternate universe, and it was just like, "Oh, I'm in the sun now. I'm going to kill you." She was badass. Superwoman in the Flash movie, whatever that was. She was badass. But I mean, I like what's her name? Miley Alcock. I think she's good.
Yeah.
She did a good job at it. Crypto looked like a horseshit though.
He did look a little AI item or
he looked so bad, man. It was just terrible. Same thing with Apu, or not Apu. What's his name? Appa in the Airbender live action, the new season. He looks like trash. So, but yeah, we're watching He-Man. We didn't quite finish it today, me and the kids. So I'm on it.
Sorry, I'm late.
That's all right, Zach. We will let you in.
So other things I got at the comic shop. I picked up Alan Cowboy.
Is this a new series?
It is a new series.
Okay.
And he drew it. And
Jeff Darrow?
Jeff Darrow drew it, yeah.
Cool.
And that's the Ryan Otley cover. Again, it's like this is the special cover, because everything has a fucking special cover now. We're gonna talk about that because that's ridiculous. And then let's see, I got
that's a number one?
Yeah.
Why don't you have your main? I don't know. Have your main artist not do the cover for a number one seems kind of stupid to me.
Well, he did.
I mean, it's a special cover. Yeah,
It's
special
variants.
cover.
Yeah, they have like 8 million variant covers now, which is ridiculous.
Right.
So, and then I got the latest, a newer Battle Beast.
Okay.
So, because I don't own any of them, so this is the first one I own. Again, this is the only one I could find, because all of the other ones were listed for like $7. There's like a stack of them like this listed for like $70. I'm like, come on, like some alternate cover nonsense. And then I actually picked up completely random. I flipped through it. I said the art's cool, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I did pick up an Absolute Batman number 20.
Okay.
Because the art actually looked decent, and I think that guy Dragata is kind of coming into his own now. He kind of has like a Tim Sale vibe, which I like.
Yeah, he's been around for a very long time.
And I've never liked his work.
Me neither.
Yeah. So now I'm going to show you what Julia got. My kid. All right, my oldest. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys would be interested. Baby Garfield.
Sure.
Number 3 or number 1. Baby Garfield number 3.
Okay.
Baby Garfield number 4.
Okay.
Interestingly, these are like the paper. The cover paper is the same as the interior paper. It's like a lighter cover. It's interesting. I actually like it. They're still way overpriced, in my opinion. And then this I thought you guys might find interesting. She discovered Jeff the Land Shark.
Okay.
And she really liked it.
Okay.
So I got 2 Jeff. This is how bad comics are. These are both number 1s from 2 completely different series that were sitting on the shelf next to each other.
Right.
My kid had no clue.
Has she seen the new one, Simbi?
No. I've never
It's a Jeff the Land Shark type art
Symbiote?
story called Simbi. It's about a symbiote.
I'm
She'd
glad
probably
you know
love
all the. Do you remember when I showed you all the Marvel the cats that I made?
Yes.
Like Wee Wee Pad first instead of Storm and Pusslock.
Yep. Hey,
I
speaking
was
of
ahead of my
Battle
time,
Beasts-
bro. Huh?
Speaking of Battle Beasts,
Mhm.
issue number 1 had a whole bunch of alternate covers.
Mhm.
Guess how many printings there have been of issue number 1?
Like 7, right?
8. There's been
Jeez.
8 printings of issue number 1. And guess how much issue number 1, the regular first edition of cover A, is worth?
How much?
Cover price.
Really? Yeah.
It's
Here's
not
the
worth
thing.
any more money. It's not.
Here's-
It has not gone up in value at all.
Here's what I realized. Here's what I realized. This whole thing is a sham. I love it. I love those books are great, right? But it's all a scam, complete sham. I walk into this comic shop and it's wonderful, and I found so many back issues from all these things, dude. Stacks like this thick. Obviously, they're buying hundreds of these things to get the special thing for their store,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
This thick, dude. Like I had no like, they're not selling. Like there's so much. Like all these numbers are hyper inflated because they're getting the special covers for themselves, right?
There is a retailer incentive copy of Battle Beast number 1 that is a 1 in 2,000 ratio.
Yeah.
It guides for about $1,600.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are going to order 2,000 copies in order to get a copy of this. And they will junk and everything else.
That's right. It is ridiculous, and it's destroying everything because, like, I go in there. If I hadn't kept up with comics, and I wanted to take my kids in there, I would have had no idea what was going on. None.
Yep.
There's no clue. So like these virgin covers where there's like 800, like you got 2 Jeff the Land Sharks from 2 completely different books that look identical styles, identical colors on the cover, identical logos. I had to stare at these for a minute, and it wasn't until I saw that this says Brand New Week and this says the Land Shark Superstar. Like I know it looks like it might be enough for you to tell a difference, but on a shelf, it's really not. You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference between Jeff and It's Jeff? Like, I have no idea. It's the same freaking people.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I
the
think it's
same
thing.
cover. Like,
Yeah.
it's more or
And
less.
I think those are also one-shots, too. I don't think those are series.
Could have fooled me. I don't
Yep.
know. It was also sitting next to a graphic novel, and I decided not to do the graphic novel because I said, well, I think I got the books. So they actually lost a sale because I couldn't tell the difference. And then you have like 700 different covers that all have the same number on it for the same issue. You can't tell what's going on in a comic shop anymore. Go buy an issue. Go in and go try to buy an issue of Absolute Batman. And without knowing anything, just maybe reading an article about it or something, and you're going to find 300 different versions of issue number 20.
Yep.
Stacks this deep, and you're like, I don't know, are these all the same book? Are they the same? Like even Doc didn't get it. He was like, oh, well, that's, like it looks like a totally different thing.
And the other sad part is if you grab a previous issue, you may be buying a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth printing and not realize it.
Right.
Because a lot of times they just do the same cover. And they're also doing special editions of the reprints of the second and third and fourth printings.
What?
They're doing like foil versions and virgin versions of the... Yeah, I currently have in my store, because somebody traded them in, 2 copies of the Absolute Batman Annual. They're both second prints, but they're both the foil virgin editions.
It's so crazy to me, man.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like second, third runs deserve all the extra hoopla. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just old school.
Maybe
I
we're
mean, I
just
agree.
So I saw this and I wanted to share it with you. It's an article on Bleeding Cool. I just want to read some of the highlights. This also goes towards one of the things Todd was saying. Amazing Spider-Man number 1000 has only had 400,000 orders, and it's not enough. Amazing Spider-Man 1000 has had over 400,000 orders, and it's not enough, says the Marvel Spider-Man editor. Says at Marvel's Next Big Thing panel at San Diego Comic-Con, senior editor Nick Lowe told the audience that the upcoming Amazing Spider-Man 1000 has only had 400,000 orders, and that's not enough, assuming then that even at $10, it's going to sell out fast. This is a 104-page issue. It's $9.99 is the cover price, which I hate these things for that price. But it's also got a bunch of different backup stories. Pepe Larraz does the main story. Joe Kelly and Pepe Larraz leads it, but it has backup stories by Dan Slott, Bendis, Frank Miller, Noah Hawley, and more. I don't know who some of those people are. I know who Dan Slott, Bendis, and Frank Miller are, but I don't know who Noah Hawley is. But apparently there's a new character being introduced, Ravaged. I don't know.
Past tense.
Yep. So
they don't have any pictures of it or anything? I guess not.
Nope. That's the only thing. That's the only picture they have so far. I wonder if hold on a second. This comes out September 16th. I'm gonna do some looking, see if September 16th is in.
That's a Paulo Riviera painting of a John Romita Sr. cover, which is kind of nice.
Let's see. Absolute Green Arrow and Absolute Flash are scheduled to come out that week. Amazing Spider-Man 1000. Okay, yeah, let's see if we got some covers here. Oh, yep. There's a whole bunch of covers listed so far. Here, I'll show you guys what we got so far. All right. This is obviously a Pepe Larraz cover, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
That's the Lee Barrero. J. Scott Campbell. Oh, that's a horrible J. Scott Campbell cover.
That's J. Scott Campbell?
Yeah. That's a horrible cover. Is that Eric Larson?
That's Eric Larson. Wow.
That's Eric Larson. Yep.
Is that
Alex Ross?
See, that's cool. That's a great one.
Ed McGuinness.
That's cool.
I like that one.
Peach. Oh no, it says Frank Miller variant, but that's definitely Peach Momoka. Oh, maybe it's Peach Momoko and Frank Miller.
Yeah, he drew the
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
looks like yeah. Well, that's kind of cool.
He's doing a book with her right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Okay.
I'm not rushing out to buy that one. Humberto Ramos. Yeah, it's a nice one.
That's cool.
J. Scott Campbell, John Romita
Yeah.
I like
Jr.
that.
This is better than the other one they were advertising.
Yeah, by far.
What's his name? Tedesco.
Oh yeah, okay. That's a cool cover. These are great covers.
Yeah.
That one's not great.
Marcos Martin. Mark Bagley.
Mm.
It's okay.
Jesus.
Somebody's gonna buy that.
A lot of that's gonna be the one people buy the most, probably.
That's the meme.
It's just like the
No, I don't think so.
what the Muppets?
A Muppets 50th anniversary.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
I think
that's the John Romita Jr. one that it's not. Pablo
This
Rivera
doesn't-
over on
Oh,
John
it does say
Romita Jr.
Romita Jr. But this
Well,
is
it's-
Paulo Riviera.
Paulo Riviera is a fantastic artist, an illustrator, and he's a good painter, but he should never paint on top of someone who isn't realistic. He tried to make John Romita Jr.'s stuff look realistic, which it's not, and really fucked
Yeah,
up.
that don't work.
Patrick Gleason. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Kevin
like this.
Ross. Yeah. Ryan Stegman.
That's cool.
That's beefy.
Scotty Young.
It's fun.
Stuart Immonen.
Oh yeah.
It's a very weak Stuart Immonen. Just him.
Oh.
That's just
I kind of like that.
it's kind of weak for him. Todd Knock. And then back to yeah, we've got 30 covers listed so far. So
God, dude, and it's gonna be interesting to see a Frank Miller Marvel. Probably like 3 pages, but still.
well, he did a Batman Deadpool or Batman Wolverine.
Mm.
Or no, it was Old Man Logan, Dark Knight Rises, Batman.
Okay. All right.
And it was like 3 pages.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Where'd Avery go?
I'm not sure. We started talking comics and he jumped.
Oh, it says later, guys. I'm going to go on the chat. Okay. Isn't that the okay?
Is that what he
point of
said?
it? My glasses are all screwed up, man. I just got these and I accidentally stepped on them. They fell off the bed and I stepped on them looking for them. And now they're all wonky. It's really, let's see if this side's high. That means it needs to go.
No, I am right here.
Oh, Zach's here.
Ooh, so
driving me crazy, guys.
Dark Horse Comics is going to produce a new Barbie comic.
Okay.
Yeah. This is just announcements coming out of San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that's going on right
Yeah.
now.
That's going on right now.
I saw Johnny Depp was dressed up as Ebenezer Scrooge or some crap.
Yes, he has a
Some
movie
clip
coming
going
out.
around.
Yep, it's a movie coming out Thanksgiving. He plays it's the Christmas Carol,
Yeah,
and
of course.
he plays Ebenezer Scrooge. So, I think that's the title of the movie. It's either Ebenezer or
Yeah, probably. The best Christmas Carol is the the one I grew up with was the Mickey Mouse Christmas special version, and he slices this bread super thin as they're so poor, and it's like whoosh whoosh, all transparent. Yeah, I don't know.
Yep, I remember
As
that.
Goofy is not Bob Marley. what the fuck is this? His old dead friend's name. I don't know. That's the only one I always remember.
Marley. Yeah. Wasn't Bob Marley. All right, this might be.
No,
kinda
he's not
cool.
like he's not like Cratchit man. You got to get right with yourself. Although
announced
I would watch a Jamaican Christmas Carol, Predator and Punisher. That'd be a good matchup.
Yeah, could be.
I saw some other Predator crossover fly across something here recently. I can't remember what it was. I
Well,
thought,
this is definitely going to be better than Predator versus Archie.
What's
Trust me.
Jughead gonna have a hamburger eating contest?
That's kind of cool.
I would buy Predator versus Archie.
It's out there. There's 2 of them.
No,
Yes, there is.
only if it wasn't Archie drawing it.
No, it's an Archie style.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
They were
it.
that'd
published
be
by
more
Archie,
fun.
yeah.
I just want to see everybody disemboweled in that.
That's
like-
what I'm saying.
Oh, I forgot. I saved this. This was a list of San Diego Comic-Con 2026 exclusives.
Okay.
There was over 849 listed.
Jesus.
Yeah, these are all the different for different companies that are promoting stuff. Street Fighter swimsuit issues. That's cool. But yeah. But one of the ones that was the most was the Absolute Batman, because of course what they're doing is, this is Absolute Batman number 1. This is a J. Scott Campbell San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And then there's this is issue number 19. This is an exclusive. There's a foil edition available. This is issue 20. There's a foil edition available of that. Then there's black and whites. There's,
It's really not about the comics anymore. It's just the covers.
Yep. These are some of the designs of some of the characters. That's a Robin. I don't remember which one.
What?
There's 5 Robins.
Oh,
You had a glow in the dark one with Two-Face and the Penguin.
that's the first character redesign from this whole universe thing that I don't like. That Robin. It's kind of cool.
That's
I
true.
like that Yakuza thing. That is
That's
a
true.
very small head on a very big arm, and you can't tell me that that's just perspective.
Well, the version of Deathstroke in the Absolute Universe is a paraplegic. He didn't have legs, and I think he's missing an arm. He's got cybernetic arms. That's Harley Quinn.
That reminds me of this Bloodhound Gang song. It's like, "Girl, you ain't got no legs, but I love you just the same." And then in the verse, they talk about flipping her over and using her as a beer can holder. So lewd. Now that's cool. I like that cover. Is that Harley?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
who is okay? That's dope. I like that.
In
That's
the
nice.
in
She's
the
like
in
a
the,
teen delinquent.
in the
or something.
universe, she's kind of taken the place of Robin. She was his sidekick for a little while. Reluctant sidekick.
Okay. I'm starting to read it. I just very slowly, but I like that cover, man. That was cool.
Yeah, they've revealed more of her origin, and I'm not going to spoil anything here.
Yeah, don't. I'm actually just starting to read. I just literally right now is I always think I'm going to read it. I never do, so I just pulled it up online.
Yeah, these are all the twisted versions of. So there's Joker, Scarecrow, Penguin, Two-Face, Bane, Poison Ivy. I forgot what these guys are called, and that's Mr. Freeze. Some really twisted new versions of them. Let's see. But all these are all different issues. These are issues number 22.
God,
This
so
is
much.
issue. Yeah, this is another 22. But there's all these different variants that you can only get at San Diego Comic-Con, at least for the moment.
I saw that they're doing an animated version of Nightfall and it looks pretty
Yes.
decent, like three.
The 3-parter. Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
That's John Boy Myers there. That's a Robin. That's 2 more Robins. I guess these are connecting covers. Okay, that makes sense. Because there's Dick Grayson, there's Jason Todd, there's Duke, there's Stephanie Brown. I forgot who the other. There's 5 different Robins, and the Robins all have these mechs, and they were all trained by Deathstroke to kill Batman or kill or capture Batman. That's kind of cool. But yeah, let's see. That's a pretty one. You know, I hate to say it. I would hate to be the guy that's the completist and has to have them all. You know? I do know people that are completists when it comes to some titles. Oh, now we jump into Absolute Catwoman. That's an Absolute Catwoman cover. That's another one.
So I got something to talk about.
All right, go ahead.
While
we're looking at the pretty pictures,
I am super curious and to get even Doc and Zach's opinion too, because I think they would have really good insight on this. I read this past week that Marvel NYC, they're moving headquarters. They're going to move to LA.
Yes,
they're getting absorbed by the Beast in Burbank, and will no longer have offices in New York City.
Yes, that's big news that they were talking about.
All bad.
Yeah. So here's my take. I think that's the end of Marvel Comics. I would have rather them folded Marvel Entertainment, folded Marvel Comics. Like, the comics aren't selling, fine. Fold Marvel Comics and shut down that division, then have them move to LA. Because
that's so bad.
Because they've done incredible damage. They don't seem to understand. It's not surprising that they did this, right? DC did this years ago. DC moved from New York City's headquarters to LA because it was a part of Warner Brothers, right? But DC is different. DC always had a little bit more of a corporate culture, and Marvel was different in that New York was a part of the story.
Yeah, New York is Marvel, man.
Is Marvel. Like Stan and Jack, it was the world outside your window, and that world was New York City. And you could literally go to a comic shop and see or read about Spider-Man swinging over an area, and then go outside and see the building. Or I would walk through Hell's Kitchen all the freaking time, and you're always thinking about Daredevil.
Right? Yeah.
Right. And Fantastic Four was on Yancey Street. Like, there's like, there were locations. It was a real city, and New York was part of the story of Marvel. That was in the story, and
it's a character.
It's a character, and you can move company. You can move locations, right? Obviously, you can still make comics in California if you'd like to. But there are some things you can't move. Identity is something you can't move, right? The identity of being a company that's been in New York City for 90 years, the beginning of comics, right?
Yeah.
And to be
like that culture of the bullpen, you know,
bullpen, the history of publishing in 20th century mythology, and for Disney to not even have the foresight to even keep a one chair office WeWork space, right? Not to have a drop of a presence, to completely remove all.
Bro, that's probably it. I bet they didn't want to pay the lease on the renewal on their building or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sure, but it doesn't matter. You've literally erased culture now. You've done it. You've killed it. Like, fine, you don't want to pay the lease on the building. Move everything to Cali, right? Either do two things: close the division. No more. Don't say we're relocating people. Close it. End it. Kill it. Let it die in New York City where it was born. Or leave the building, rent a $2,000 tiny little one chair office space, and call it Marvel Satellite. So there's still a micro footprint in the city.
Yeah, right. Where the mail goes and stuff.
Yeah,
because you know that they get to LA, they got the entertainment division, right, and they're gonna try to start putting in their own writers.
They're already doing it. Oh yeah,
their own shitty LA.
They're not, Doc. They're not even going to do that. What they're doing is they're going to start licensing the books. They're going to license the Marvel properties to any company that you want to. If you and I wanted to do a Spider-Man book, if we have the cash, we could have Spider-Man, right?
I'll write a Spider-Man book.
I'm sure, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what they're doing. Abrams Books has already been publishing stuff. Abrams has already been publishing Marvel books. So that's where they're going. More books, less comics, legacy, bookshelf stuff.
Orc.
Andrew loves
half orc.
It's dork. Yeah.
Oh, it looks
Andrew
fun.
loves it.
No.
Yeah, man. That's just icky. It's icky to think about.
Yeah. It's
not
really...
Andrew loving his dork, but I mean, that's also icky to think about. You can get the joke. But the Marvel move and Andrew loving his dork.
It's okay. You're doing good.
Which hand do you read with?
Keep going, Doc.
No, I mean, I agree with you. It's, look, man, nothing's the same. Nothing's ever going to be the same. And the sad thing is that there's really, I don't think you can innovate on Marvel anymore. Right? I mean, I don't think you can introduce massive new characters or books. It's just that era is over. You know what I mean? Absolute poo. What the fuck was that, dude?
It's just a book called Do You Poo? It's a Winnie the Pooh based thing. Yeah. Todd, I hate to say it, as passionate as you are about Marvel's decision to move to California, the majority of Marvel fans could care less.
Well, they don't know it. I mean, it's
no, they don't. Deal. They don't care, and it doesn't make any difference to them.
Well,
yeah, they're not book fans. They're movie fans,
right?
Mm-hmm. I don't even know what. Oh, Dungeon Crawl.
Yeah, man. Sad.
This is probably the worst cover I've seen out of all these so far. This Ben 10 exclusive.
Oh, yeah, no. I was going to say, what's that Ben 10 crap? And it is legitimately Ben 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a new Ben 10 title out there. And
yeah, I remember from a couple weeks ago,
I picked up the first issue and looked through it and put it back. And somebody traded it in, and I sold it already. I didn't even look at it.
It's just a property I don't care about, which is, I guess, why I'm not excited about it, because I never watched it. Clearly, it doesn't mean anything to me. I'm sure that I will once Amelia gets to that age. We started Legend of Korra the other day. Now that we finished the original Avatar run, yeah, man, I'm into that Avatar. They got a lot of books. They got several books that continue after the first series. I found out that are supposed to be really good. So I'll try to pick up the graphic novels of those and the trades and check those out. And then they've got like some young reader stuff that's like set in the universe. We checked out a book from the library. She really likes it. I like it because it's not only about like doing battle and the cool, but it's also like that like kind of Eastern philosophy a little bit about, minding your mind and stuff, it's like for a hyperactive kid, it's like, hey, here's the lesson, like don't act before you think. Do like Aang. You know what I mean? It works. Anyway. kids' properties. I did get a big boner the first time in the He-Man movie when he got the power, though. I was like, and Amelia's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, this is like everything in my childhood.
Was it good, man?
We didn't finish it. We kind of had to stop this afternoon because it just got to that time of day where the attention started waning. But I mean, it's not bad. I was in the previews, I was initially really hypercritical of the clearly some parts of this take place on Earth, and I was like, oh man, we're gonna have 70 out of 90 minutes happen on Earth, and it's gonna be some long protracted thing, and it's not. It's a very quick setup, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes of the thing, and whatever, it works. And then I do remember, actually, I do believe that in the original show, and I'll have to fact check this, that his mother was from Earth originally, right? So because they said something like, send him to my home planet, like in the intro thing or whatever, send him to my home, then they'll find him, whatever. So then I thought, oh man, you know what? I think that might actually be correct. I want to look that up, actually, if that was canon with the old show, that his mom was from Earth. Because I was like, why send him to Earth? But I mean,
she was an astronaut.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, good. Yeah, awesome. See, okay, so that makes sense. But I mean, yeah, it's not bad. Look, a lot of fan service. The characters, they do a good job of explaining the cartoon names, because he draws all the people from his childhood, so he doesn't forget, and he names them oh, that's Trapjaw, that's Ram Man. And they're because they're like, what's my name? He goes, Ram Man. He goes, what the hell? And he's like, you're a man and you ram. You know what I mean? So it's a cool little nod, right? Dolph Lundgren makes a cameo and some other stuff. I mean, so far, hey man, could have been a lot freaking worse. And what's his face? Skeletor, he does a good job.
I saw it in the theater a few months ago, and I'll say now what I said then. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a pleasant way to spend 2.5 hours. It's a little long.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was they definitely. I mean, there were some changes, but they weren't the sort that would get your blood boiling. I mean, I'm the kind of guy who'll watch Idris Elba in anything. Basically, he's that good.
Yeah.
But
they mean well. You can tell that they meant well.
Yeah, and look, I mean, the Tila was Tila, and she was a very tomboyish character in the cartoon, etc. The problem I think the reason why it flopped the way it did is that it came out about 10, 15 years too late. If this had come out, say, in 2006, 2007, that would have been the sweet spot, because that would have been guys our age who were just, we had, it was something we could have watched with our kids in the theater, and that would have hopefully turned them on to fans. Now, though, I mean, it's Gen Z, who's going to care? They don't know anything about He-Man. I mean, it's it came out.
Yeah, it's a unique IP. Yeah,
it's really no one under the age of 45 is gonna even remember it. Well, here's a funny thing though, and this may just have been Amazon blowing smoke, but someone interviewed them afterwards, one of the producers afterwards, about what they thought about the movie essentially dying at the box office, and they said that they're actually happy about it, because as they saw it, we see this as the first step towards a much larger franchise. So basically, in other words, they're seeing it as a way to make they're going to probably start doing TV show spinoffs on Amazon Prime and all that. So I guess from their point of view, and again, this could be total bullshit. They're maybe deep down they know the movie flopped, and that's that, and it's just they burn they piled Jeff Bezos' money on a bonfire. But on the other hand, it might be I don't know. It just seems like Amazon's really trying really hard to find the next big fantasy show. They tried they tried Rings of Power, and that's not working. They tried Wheel of Time, and that died, deservedly so. Now they're trying.
It was good. The last season was good, though.
What, the Wheel of Time?
I think so. Yeah, I never read the books though. But last season,
I read the books. I'm a fan of the books, and I will refrain from saying what I think, because I think Andrew's virgin ears might start bleeding. But no, I mean, I think no offense, Andrew, you have beautiful ears, but look, he just rolled like water off a duck's back. I wish I could be that cool under fire.
I've never seen Andrew's ears. They're always.
You know what I think is really funny?
mysterious
Well,
and
no, but
colored.
the
Because
point-
I agree with what you were saying about Masters of the Universe failing in the box office, leading to more things. Because if you think about it, a movie comes out and it bombs. Most people who are interested in seeing that movie will say, I'll just wait till it's on streaming. I'll just wait till I can see it on one of the platforms that I already pay for. And then once they do, if they like it, they want more. And if the plan all along was to create something for streaming, you put the movie out, it bombs. Yeah, so what? It's going to bring people to see it on streaming where you wanted them to come in the first place.
So did the He-Man movie officially bomb?
Yeah, it did. I think basically, as I understand it, in order for a movie to like be profitable at the box office, you have to make at least twice the budget, the production and marketing costs, because remember the theaters keep
Yeah.
But it's funny you mentioned Andrew, because I think it's actually number 3 right now on Amazon Prime, so people are watching it.
Well, this is the thing. Like, why? Like, this is the problem. I mean, this is why the movie industry is dead too. Streaming killed it. We're watching. So I'm behind. I'm super behind. Melissa and I are actually watching Fallout season 2 now. We're gonna watch the final episode of season 2 tonight, which is awesome. So no spoilers. I love it. I think it's one of the best shows on right now.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
it's
it.
great, man.
I think the writing is elite. It's so good.
Which
anyway,
show? Which show?
anyway, like, but
Which
yeah,
show
I
is he
think
talking
Masters of
about?
the Universe,
Fallout.
huh?
Which one?
You said Fallout, right?
Fallout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I go on to Amazon Prime, and the header is Masters of the Universe. I'm like, oh, it's already on Prime? Like, that's crazy. Like, I thought it was still in the like in my head, it was only in the theater like a week ago, but I'm sure it's been a month or two. But
It
like,
wasn't that long.
But here's the problem: everybody and their mother has a Prime subscription or Netflix. Why am I going to spend $50 or whatever it's going to cost me to take the family to a movie when I can literally watch it at my house with something I already paid for?
I agree that's maybe was their plan. I don't feel like they did some promos, but I didn't really catch a whole lot of heavy marketing. Of course, I also don't watch anything where I can be marketed to, generally speaking. But even you see some clips, you see some like stuff on Twitter and openings and stuff like that. But honestly, that wasn't even all that long ago. Like that was in my feed. Like seeing some of this stuff, I thought, oh man, it'll be somewhere where I can. I pirate everything, I pay for some streaming stuff, so I can watch it here soon. It was already like the HD, like full HD 4K release is already out. But I'm just reading here, they grossed roughly 113 million against a reported $170 million budget. So it is technically a bomb. But I think that was their plan, was to get that second viewing.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that look, cause like if you take a broader view out, theaters are actually having a pretty good year this year. More people are actually going to the theaters, but they're not watching like the big blockbusters. They're watching like low budget stuff like Obsession, like Sea of Blood or whatever it was called, or or Rooms, or The Back Rooms. Basically those all these kind of like weird indie horror movies that that are coming out of YouTube creators. And I think, my understanding is that the reason why they're going is it's just a different vibe. You watch stuff at home basically by yourself or maybe with your family. But going to theater is much more of a social thing. And if you're for the younger generations that grew up basically on screens, it's something new.
Plus horror has always been very profitable because it's very low budget to make. Yes, exactly.
And I think also the fact is that I think movies right now are kind of like where theater was back in the 1920s, when movies really began to take off, and things like vaudeville were kind of getting left behind. But theater has, and it still has to a certain extent, a greater sense of prestige. You're not a real actor unless you're able to act on stage instead of the screen. You're not a true fan of the art if you're not watching the story being performed live on stage.
Guys, I'll be right back.
I think
Mhm.
I think it's the same idea with the movies. You know, it's like movies are, you know, going to a theater, sitting down, and watching like a two and a half hour self-contained story. It's a sign that you're, I guess it's a sign that you're a more evolved human being culturally than just, you know, watching whatever slop is on the streaming platforms at any given moment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, never underestimate the power of snobbery to move comments.
Yeah. Look, reading a little more about the He-Man thing, there's an article from a month ago that said they're definitely going to do a sequel, but there's like 5 articles that are like that talk about how, I mean, it must have just gone on Amazon this week or something. How it's just like absolutely just ripping and knocking off Project Hail Mary and all these other like highly rated movies, right? So I think it's a good movie for streaming though, because it's just one of those, you know, it feels like the cartoon, you know, in a way. It's pretty decent.
It's a start and stop movie. You can watch a little bit, stop, come back later, watch some more, stop, come back later.
Yeah. That's why I didn't like mind stopping, you know, like even though, I mean, I would have liked to have finished it, but, you know, if that's what we got to do. That's
I don't know. I mean, look, maybe, you know, I guess we'll have to wait and see if Amazon decides that they're gonna believe their own bullshit and, you know, make a, you know, turn it into an actual series with, you know, well, then you're right. If not, well, then so be it. But
well, I think they did a really good job of capturing all the characters and toys and their likenesses and I think Jared Leto did a good job of Skeletor. He like really got into it.
Yeah, you can tell he was having fun. You know what could actually happen is that we might see kind of a blurring between what's essentially like long form TV and movies. I mean, imagine what would happen if you know, like someone creates the next Game of Thrones, and instead of just debuting it on, you know, whatever channel you're on or streaming service you're on, a week before you put it out in the theater as a way to build up hype, you know, because you get the clips of all of the fans going nuts in the seats. And, you know,
I don't know why they don't do that anyway, because the Amazon always does that like 3-episode drop on a lot of stuff, you know. They'll do the first 3, right?
Yeah.
And like, and if you think about even like anime, right, with like Demon Hunter, let's say, like they'll do the last episode from the last season and then the first couple episodes from the new season and put that in the theater in Japan and get revenue from that, and that'll drop before several weeks before the series premiere, right? And that's not, I mean, makes sense.
It's probably a rights issue, honestly. I mean, you know, it's like arguments over, you know, how, I mean, the theaters might say, you know, we want to keep it in theaters for a certain number of weeks or whatever, and or
potentially,
you know,
but I mean, look what happened with what you call K-pop, and then they reversed it. You know, they put it in the theaters after, right, and they kept it in there for a little bit. But I mean, look, theaters want to make money. And every time they did air like the Demon Hunter, they did the same thing with Attack on Titan. They did have some airings of that where they do like the first couple episodes in the theaters here. Always made money. I think it's cheap. You don't have to do as much global advertising. Like big Hollywood advertising is what sinks so much money out of these films, is because they have to saturate everything with so much advertising. But if you get a property that has a good following, you don't have to do as much.
Well, my guess is one of two things. It's probably an argument over money, or it's because the people there are just so hidebound. They're so in the bubble. They don't see it. So, I mean, it's all irrelevant anyway. Because honestly, I think we're maybe a year or two away at most from the first really big AI blockbuster, and you know, from a movie that's basically made by somebody essentially working on his home computer, or you know, by a small team of techies, you know, with a couple $1 million budget.
Neil Blomkamp put out some thing here just recently, and it's very much like very realistic. You know, at least I just saw like 15-second shot or something. But
yeah, it's an AI short film.
And you know, like Elon Musk is financing the creation of a full-length AI his version of the Odyssey.
Is he really?
Supposedly.
Yeah,
that was someone challenged him to do it with Grok Imagine. He's like, done.
Yeah, so apparently, you know, maybe if he pulls it off and if it's actually good. I don't know. I mean,
could be.
I mean, look, I mean, I'm, knock wood, but it could be, for example, that the next great romantic comedy is basically made by a stay-at-home mom who, like, after she puts her kids to bed, spends like 2 years, like a couple hours every night, just, animating something.
It'd be like the evolution of all those ladies that write that smut ebook kind of stuff and so on.
Yeah. Well, actually, they're actually having a lot of trouble getting those filmed because, like, a lot of those things are so racy that it's not just that. There's actually a trend now. They're actually having a lot of trouble getting a lot of these big fantasy, romantic stories, whatever. They're having trouble getting people to pay for it, getting the authors to go along with adaptions because there have been so many shitty adaptions of like big properties recently, and that a lot of these authors who actually have spent a lot of time and effort, building up their brand, building up their audiences, writing these books and getting people to read them.
That's where they need to go on these like vertical short form. They're AI centric, like on demand film things. They'll do like 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute chapters, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that there was like one author. She wrote one of the really big romantic series, and she had a deal with Hulu, but it fell through apparently because she just couldn't sign off on the changes they want to make, and a lot of these creatives, they're looking at things like The Rings of Power, Wheel of Time, etc., and they're saying, "You guys wreck these series. You're not going to wreck my stuff because if it's wrecked, if like a bad adaptation can sink a whole property, because it doesn't matter how great the book is, if the movie's complete crap, it's just not going to go anywhere."
There are these like vertical short form. They call it FAST. Like I can't remember the acronyms for, right? There's a couple popular ones. And I think most of the audience is like maybe Asian or Korean or something like that. But some of the titles are like so freaking ridiculous, right? But it's exactly that kind of stuff, and it's the perfect vehicle to create like these goofy drama romance things like that. And they get a lot of views.
The biggest microdrama company in the world is it's like a Chinese production house. These are the most is that they're making about $1 billion a year in revenue. Because like the revenue stream is insane. So you get to watch the first 5 episodes, like the first 5 episodes, like first 5 minutes free, and then it's $20 a pop for each or whatever it is in yuan for each subsequent episode, or you can buy a season pass for like $100 or something. And and the thing is, they're not that expensive to make. They're really low budget. They're basically like they're basically like cheesy romance stories because you really can't do a whole lot in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a TikTok of.
And I read this. I think it might have been a tweet about this guy who knows an actor who does this stuff. He gets paid about $10,000 a month for like 4 months' work. Not bad for an actor. And then the stuff goes on to make like I don't know how much, a lot more than that.
Hey, MK, GMGM, man.
I mean, so you take that approach and combine it with like short form AI. No actor.
Yeah, that's what one of these. I mean, I know a guy who's working on like some engagement stuff that measures, and then they're going to use that to build this kind of content. But he showed me a couple sites, but it is AI in that medium and format.
Like,
I don't know. I mean, I think honestly when the next big, the first really big AI show comes out, it's probably not going to be like a 2-hour long thing. It's probably going to be like a bunch of smaller episodes that are released weekly. I mean, we're already seeing that. I mean, there's a guy called Star Wars Chronicles. I think I mentioned him before, who's basically doing like an AI adaptation of Heir to the Empire, and it's actually pretty good. But
I've watched some of them.
MK says, "Get off my lawn."
And Andrew, your cat has an incredibly beautiful coat.
Andrew, put that on screen real quick.
What?
I'll show Doc this. So, Doc, this is what I've been working on the next episode of the What Files for several months. While I build this platform, I'll build this AI platform. This is what it looks like so far.
Oh man, that's cool.
So this is like the new episode. So these are all the shots that I'm working on, right? And then down here you got your scenes, and all the shots that need to be in the scenes. and then I've got my library and all my media, kind of like a new kind. I was modeling, obviously like really strong tools like Premiere or DaVinci, but it's different because it's for AI filmmaking or AI animation.
Wait, this is the evolution of your platform?
Yeah, this is mine.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
Yeah, this is all what I've been working on. And so like I've got a writer's room right here. Right. So this is Victor's Zeitgeist.
Oh, nice, man.
This is the writer's room, and it's got a couple of like things for actually writing, because I've been thinking about Zach. So this is like for actually writing scripts and stuff. And then you've got your asset tab. So these are all basically all of the assets, not just for the episode, but so it's like universe, and inside of a universe is a multiple series, and then inside a series are multiple episodes, and then inside of multiple episodes are scenes, and then shots inside a scene. So it's like cool. This whole hierarchy, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
And
everything's nested.
Everything's nested. Yeah. So I've also added. I got a little. So I bought into the whole bullshit of Fable 5 like being limited, right? Over because I was on vacation. I was like, oh my god, I only have access to Fable 5 for like a week, and so I broke the number one rule of software, where like, at least for me, is like, if I build one thing and then I test the hell out of it to make sure that it's debugged, and then I build the next thing. But Fable 5, I was like, screw it. I just started putting in like, I've got tons of like video VFX in here, and audio, and a compositing thing. Like I gotta figure it out. I've got a 3D thing in here now. Huh?
Does it work?
Yeah, it does. But it's like there are things like, because everything is so connected, there are things that are broken still. So
yeah.
Basically, that's why it's taking me so long to do the episodes, because I'm working on the episode, and then I'm like, oh, let me render this video, and then the video breaks. I'm like, okay, let me fix that. I fix it, and I kind of get to the next step. But yeah, there's actually like some really cool things in here too, like that I haven't played with. So the universe level, this is totally, I have not even played with this, but this is the beginning of essentially like lore games inside the app.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right.
MK says all software eventually becomes a CRM. Careful. Yeah, no doubt. I actually I know I'm fortunately I have a like deep background in software, as you know, as some of you guys do, but like it's really, I've kept myself on a really short leash. It's not a fucking wish list. Like there's another person out there who's a filmmaker, and here, I'm going to share something else. There's another filmmaker out there, and he's he's not a developer. He's never built software. So he's like throwing the kitchen sink at it, and he's got a ton of stuff in there, and it's just garbage. Like it's really bad. It's just too much. Like no one's ever going to use it. So honestly, what takes me the longest time isn't like saying, "Oh, I want this feature," and putting the feature in. That's not what it is. It's organization and like the user experience and UI. Like it's making sure that do we need the thing? Am I personally going to use the thing? Because that's kind of like the most important thing. And if I'm going to use it, where can I put it, and how can I arrange the software so that it feels really minimal, but also clear and expandable?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's how I do it. It's a different lens. It's like I'm doing this podcast like you think. I'm like, I'm lazy. I don't want to have to do all this shit. Here's what I would like you to be able to do for me to use this, right? It's like, okay, let's make it, like, I want to like, pre-qualify and take this and build that. And then you tell me some questions and we'll plan a show, right? I mean, it's like the same thing. Like I have 2 seconds to work on a show and this is what it's going to be. Blah, 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 and then you go do stuff, right? That same thing.
Yeah, totally. And I'll tell you like, to MK's point that all software eventually becomes a CRM, that is very accurate, actually. Like it's a surprisingly accurate thing. Now that I think about it, it's very true. I'll tell you, like, so I spent a little time over the break. Also, so I have this process, and Doc, I sent you a text on this. I showed it to Zach yesterday, and he's actually on board. I built another app over the break. And I'm not app crazy. Like, I don't have a desire to make a suite of apps. The animation app is necessary because it actually helps with the animation. I've also built in a comic thing in there, so we're going to be using it for comics. It's literally going to be my new Photoshop without the shit that I don't use. That's kind of a necessary thing. The other app that I built, so I've over the last several years, I developed this process called the Reactor, and it's just what I call it. I used to have I still have a coaching program that is called Atomic Startup, and so Atomic Reactor kind of felt like a nice extension. But what Reactor is it's basically a game. It's essentially like a protocol that turns your year into a game that you can actually win. So you have a system, and I've been doing this manually every single day for about 6 years. It's a system where you break down your biggest goal from the entire year and you get it all the way down into weekly hands of blackjack. And burnout is against the rules. So it allows you to push and kind of grind without burning yourself out. And it tracks everything. And I've been doing this manual. Basically, it's like a hacked Trello board. I could show you 6 years worth. I use it all day, every day. It's always pulled up on my other screen. And I love it. Like it's the only reason why I'm productive. And not just productive in a way of like actually doing stuff, but like, because I used to have to-do lists where I'd write down stuff on a sheet of paper and I'd cross them off. But at the end of the year, I would feel like I got a million things done and nothing moved. Right. And so what's so special about this kind of system is that everything is broken down, geared towards those quarterly goals, which leads to that yearly goal. And I've wanted to put it in software, one, because doing it manually, it takes a lot of work. For me to set up my year, it takes like 3 days. I've had workshops on this. I've taught it. I've had people pay for it.
I have it somewhere around here.
You have it somewhere, right? You've seen it. And so, so I was like, this would be so much better in software, where not only could I have like all that stuff in there, but I could also have an AI coach do the tracking for me. And like the hardest part of the protocol, like any kind of productivity thing, is like you're still responsible in some part for coming up with the goals. And if your goal is too big or too bloated, like if one of your goals is build a website, that's not one goal. That's actually like 30 goals that makes build a website. So it's sometimes hard to crack those open. So having an AI coach that can actually manage your weekly milestones and manage your goals. So I just want to show you this because I showed it to Doc, seen it. I mean, Zach has seen it. Doc, I want you to check it out. And MK, you would love it. Huh?
I need it like now. I need it like yesterday, bro.
Yeah, check this out. And I've already been working on it. Like I've actually been using it full time every day for a couple, like about 2 weeks now. And it's pretty bug free. Like I've squashed all the bugs and it's pretty much a done app. There are things I want to add, of course, but like beta is pretty ready. So I'm going to share this just so you can kind of get an idea of it. Check this out. And I'm not going to go through everything. On the surface, it looks like a glorified Trello board, but it does so much more. And it's also like on the phone. So when you get on it, you'll be downloading it to your phone, which is better. So every day you do a stand-up and it takes like, I don't know, 2 minutes to do your stand-up, but it logs your progress. It tracks everything. You've got your weeks. My hits are in green. And so all these little colors are different things. So hits go to my points, to my blackjack. Yellow is like to-dos. Little pinks are personal tasks, like take the kids to Brazilian jiu-jitsu or whatever. The cool thing is like it also tracks everything. So I've got like a hit tracker. So this is if you ever used GitHub. I've always loved their tracker for GitHub. So this is my yearly progress of how I'm hitting my goals. And then the cool thing is like every week it'll go through your whole system and look at you, and it'll write like a report. And it also tracks your health so you don't burn out. Right. Yeah. So, which is great. And you can see like this past week, I kind of went ham on it. So I got to watch it. But, and the other thing is like, every time you hit your goals, you actually get a collectible card that is like
That's smart.
targeted to you. So this is the number of your
Mhm.
goals, your hits. Number, the hand is 1, right? Clean means I was healthy. I didn't kill myself. So I got 21. I got blackjack this term, and I didn't burn out, which is great. And it's
Mhm.
totally, I got 82 tasks or 62 tasks done, 21 points. And then on the back, this is old, it's not present, but on the back, you'll have a retro, because you do retro every Sunday. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. This is honestly like a potentially massively monetizable product. And I could tell you a lot of things that I already need it for and want to do with it right now off air.
Yeah. I
need
sent
this.
you a
I need this
telegram
because
about it earlier, bro.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I think I was like at home or whatever. But I mean,
You're right.
like, this is, man, it's because, like, look, dude, if everyone's gonna be building these businesses and AI things and whatever, and all the era of the solopreneur, right, is upon us. Okay.
Yeah.
The biggest problem I think that anyone has, I certainly have it, and I barely manage it, although I'm managing to move pieces across the board because I have whatever right now, it's Grok, I just like blab into it and then it orders things and tells me what to do, but it's not like cohesive. Is that kind of decomposing big ideas into small achievable tasks and knowing which ones blow and which ones to really move on. And something like this, if I had this piped into whatever, man, oh my God, someone who's going to yell at me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's great
when I need to,
Yeah, it's great. It like I said, the main difference between this and anything else is like, it's contextual targeting, because it's like when you log into the app, it interviews you, right? Yeah, so it gets a dossier, which you can see. It logs it in your account of your goals and who you are and how you think and what you like and what you don't like your personality type, right? Yeah. So it's not just going to randomly throw out something that you cannot do because it's just anti-personality.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
and
That's
then
some cognitive profiling.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, we're going to give you actionable targets that you can actually hit that stretch you, right? But then it's also against the rules to burn out. So the reason I've used so many productivity things, and like everybody has, a lot of the reasons it doesn't work is one, it's like a management tool. It doesn't, it's not an active partner, right? And then even the ones now that have like AI, like, again, it doesn't have any sense of personal well-being. So this is about like, as you get to know yourself and you're like, man, I did too much today. Hey, just to let you know, I did 40 points, 40 tasks today. However many tasks I did today, that was probably my cap. It's going to say, okay, well, your cap is probably like 70 tasks a week. Like if you do more than 70, you should like actively pull back the next week, and it will reconfigure the week, the quarter, if it needs to make sure that you stay healthy while still hitting your goal. Right. So I can move things, and it'll say, okay, just so you know, you move this task like 8 times. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm keeping track on it. It's like, okay, just keeping, it's like keeping tabs on you. Right.
Yeah, man. Even though I was talking about Bordy AI, and I love Bordy, right? He calls me, he sends me a daily brief, he sets me up with intro calls. But here lately, he's just like, all of a sudden my inbox will be flooded with like, would you care for an intro with XYZ? They kind of touch on this one thing that you're, rubbing up against, right? And I got to be like, yo, dude, I mean, like, don't forget the priority. And, I can't do more than like 2 calls a day. So you need to really fine tune these intros and stuff like that, because he's not really thinking about, while that external connectivity is great as like a networking intro, he knows roughly what I'm doing tool. He's not with me on the other side where he's actually understands where my workload and stuff is. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So like this is like that balance of that of knowing, what you're doing and monitoring like how your progress goes. Even like a Kanban board in Hermes, right? All that it's just for the agents to do shit and tell me when they need when they have something, a stoppage, right? Like a blocker,
Well, that's the thing. It's like eventually,
what do we do about this? Well, I need to know where my blockers are.
Right. Well, see, that's the thing is like, you can even tie this into like Hermes locally so that it can actually help you hit your goals as well. Right. Like
Yeah,
that's
which
where
is
it's
what I-
headed. It's like, oh, I see
what
you
we
have
wanna
4
do.
hits today. Hey, Doc, why don't you take number 1 and 2, and I'll take 3 and 4. Like that's where it's going to go.
Right,
So,
because I
and
would
like,
put this with my main chat guy
right.
who knows my stuff,
Mhm.
so they know what to pass down to my Kanban orchestrator,
Right.
who then passes all that stuff into like the the hold co, which is then manages all of like the 19,000 concepts that I have. Like that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And
100%.
and it's like what do I need to actively be looking at today is the thing that I need.
And
You know?
and what's interesting is MK says, see, that would have worked with NFTs. Yeah, 100%. And I also like these. I mean, I'm still Mr. Digital Collectible guy. So like, I absolutely see these as digital collectible NFTs, 100%. In fact, like I'm not really worried about so much like design tweaks right now because it's not a blocker to launch. But like my end goal for this is like I think every year we'll have a style of card, right? And so you're collecting your own cards in a specific style.
Totally, dude. You're slabbing your own highlights, man.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, you already got the tech.
That's right. And so
You know?
you start using these cards, and you actually have your own style card, and you can share them. I mean, these aren't you're not going to end up selling your hits for the week because that doesn't make any sense. But as a collectible for yourself, it's a there's also, I'm not going to pull it up, but there's also a leaderboard on here. So you're actually competing against other people in your cohort, right?
Yes. Now, I found I was searching on Twitter for some specific something today, and I ran across this guy's got like 19 followers, and he's like, everyone talks about, what you've shipped, but what is the thing for like what you're doing? Like, where's the metrics for like completing your tasks and everyone wants the AI fluency, but what does that really mean and how is that measured? And so he's got this concept or whatever, way back when, I mean, it's like a year, almost 2 years ago, I built like this, when I was switching from GPT over to something else. I was like, there weren't even skills yet, but I basically built like a big instruction set to create a metacognitive profile for how I work and what I do, what my limitations are, where I fail, blah, blah, blah. So I could take that and port that anywhere I go. But this idea of like having even in my like agentic commerce sort of stuff, there's like a trust score, right? Does my agent, are they bad actors? Have they made like, how many good transactions have they made, whatever? And it's got to be something that's kind of viewable. And when you have something like this, where it's like a personal productivity, but actually that shows you're doing the shipped things. And if I give you my calling card and it's one of these like digital attachments, whatever, we do a call, we network through this thing. They like their side of it receives this little thing that says, oh man, Todd, yeah, we listen, we've got the transcript of the call. We listen, we said, and you know what? We can actually validate that Todd is moving through his product sprint the way that he says, right? Like just that little bit of that extra trust, because you never know what. Yeah, hey, my name is Michael Carter. I'm building the protocol to build some apps, and I am. But yeah. how fast, how well am I actually doing?
Well, that? I think what you're saying is that like with something like what I have here is actual proof, like documented proof.
You have
every single task that I've done over the last X number of years.
Exactly.
And so you have a track record of how you like, are you the kind of person that actually gets the biggest hanging chat?
It's just like LinkedIn. It's like usually responds within 6 hours, right? That's their only metric. Okay, who gives a shit, right? I want to know Todd usually gets his tasks done and he's not whatever. Now, clearly you can't have an AI be like, my reactor agent can't tell your reactor agent, yeah, Michael's a dipshit and all he does is talk a big game, but there are certain things that you could program into basically a calling card that it gives like, it's like that proof of productivity, right? You know what I mean? All sorts of ways to spin this, man. I mean, I love this kind of stuff because I need
most
it.
Important thing for
really
me, like the reason I got excited by it is like, this is literally, I mean, you can just tell just by my week this week. Like this is the real board. I mean, I use it all day, every day. You know what I mean? And like, I mean, I could show you even last week when I think I started last week, the week before. Oh no, it's not going to show because I archive everything. But it's all in my archive. So I could show you the
Yeah.
archive, but like if I go to, I'll show you. If I go to archive, yeah. So these are all the quarterly hits completed. And so far this year on this, I've completed 55 to-dos.
Yeah.
in like the last 2 weeks, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so it keeps track of everything, and then it'll be by year and all that. So it's just like, yeah, you have a working history of everything you've ever done.
See, yeah. This is what I need because I'm like going to do Obsidian, right? And I'm just going to give it everything. But first, before I can do that, I'm building like the instruction set to put in all my little local files because, you know, how I organize stuff 2 years ago when some of this started versus how I organize my work today is vastly different. So I've got to like collate and get everything like really homogenous, right? Then start to do the Obsidian thing. But something like this where I could just plug this in because I'm like writing like an index for every folder, like where things are and what this means and all this stuff. That's the only way I can currently keep track of everything myself. Not only just for the AI, but for me, because I'm like, where the hell were we? What decisions did we make? Because I was working out of 5 terminals the other day and I can't really remember, but I think it was good. You know what I'm saying? So this kind of tracking system, man, I can't tell you. I would put it through its paces, bro.
Yeah,
right
dude.
now,
Well,
like,
I'm gonna look. I'll get you on it. Like,
yeah.
Like I said, the thing that I like the most about it is that the software is beta, but it's like not beta because I've run workshops on this. I've had students use it. Like the only difference is that it's now software that has the cards are new, like the reward system is new, and the AI coach, and like but the system works. Like so, I didn't have to make anything up. I just translated what we did
because you've injected this thing that you've been curating and building, and I'm sure you put transcripts in and coaching calls, all this kind of stuff, and like that's what the base of the coach agent is. You know, it's really you and your processes, and that's the same reason that I'm doing this because I know that. When I organize this stuff, I'm not just organizing it for me. I'm organizing it for this giant Hermes build that I'm doing because my guy has got to know how I think and how I work and what I'm trying to do at all times and be able to say, hey, slow down there. You need to do this. Don't forget to do that. I mean, that's like the level that I'm at. And if they can't get in tune with how I think and be able to surface the stuff that is not apparent to me, that's what I write this for. Like, I want the thing that understands the stuff in between my brain, right? Like, and that little coach to say like, hey, you know, guy, like, don't forget the, you know, whatever today. Yeah. Like that's hugely, but you're right. That's even the stuff that goes into something like that. That's the thing with all this, dude. And I'm like getting all amped up here, but like the level of actual systems thinking that you have to do to be able to build something that on the surface is like this innocuous, simple, like, hey, it's an AI powered coach, right? Yeah, cool, man, great. But underneath that is like,
it's a lot.
Like you have to know. I like the analogy that I'm using right now is like you got to put the bumpers up at the bowling alley. Like the ball's gonna get there. But you know, it's like you got to make sure that it goes the direction and in some kind of way because you actually have to take out as much generation as possible. Yeah. With strict rule sets and tooling and scripting, so that when the parts that are generated are focusing solely on the actual thing that needs reasoned about. You know what I mean? And to do that properly, you got to set up like all this kind of shit, man. So it's like the more I progress, the deeper I go into just like the rabbit hole. But
you have to be very careful. This is why MK is right. Like I've never heard this said, but it's 100% true that all software eventually becomes
I got it immediately. 100%.
It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and becomes
it's just logging and indexing and cross-referencing and all this kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it's so fun.
It is fun. I know it's fun.
Just stay broke while I'm building it.
Andrew, how are you? You were dropped. What happened?
Had to run to the bathroom.
Oh. Well, show us some more comics.
Nope.
Yeah.
We're done for the night. It's already 10 o'clock.
No, it's not.
Pay attention to the time, man. Yeah, it's time to start
Todd,
wrapping
you
up.
and I
'cause
just
got-
need to start a new.
We need to do like an
Hour.
AI.
We need to
nerd
do our
podcast.
own like
Yeah.
geek show.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. That's what you should do.
Keep your mouth shut.
Absolutely,
Fair.
go for it.
Keep your pie hole shut.
MK
All right,
says,
guys.
LOL, it's 10. It is 10.
I hope you all have a fantastic week. Enjoy your weekend, and we will catch you all, meaning MK, next week. All right, good night, guys. Bye.
We need a mech